Okay, so this is probably the most overlooked aspect of any weight loss program, and this is going to trip you up unless you learn how to recognize it and figure out what to do about it. In today's video, I'm going to teach you about the 6 brain blocks that stall progress and prevent you from getting the results you want, and I'm going to show you what to do to overcome them. So we're in week 1 of my 12-week personal transformation. If you're new to the channel, I'm Genny Tonin and I'm a holistic nutritionist. And I help women who are like me, women who are 40 plus and looking for ways to drop excess weight, to support their hormones and increase their energy so that they can not only look better, but feel better too. And this is the beginning of a video series where I'm going to show you the behind the scenes, real life transformation of me, because I'm a human and I have a lot on my plate, just like I know you do. And sometimes things fall apart. And over the last handful of months, I have not taking nearly as good a care of myself as I know I should. Even me, somebody that does this full time for a living, well, things fall apart sometimes, and that's just part of the ebb and flow of life. But what I decided to do is show you guys in real time what implementing all of the healthy lifestyle changes that I teach and talk about on this channel, what that looks like for a real person that doesn't have a personal trainer or a chef or a maid or any of those things that would make life so much easier. And I'm going to share with you everything about my journey, from my successes, my wins, my lessons that I learned, to the mistakes and the screw ups and the absolute failures that I fully anticipate are going to happen to me along this journey. But today we're going to talk about something that almost never is addressed in the health and weight loss space, and that's your mindset. And this is the very first thing that I teach my clients when they work with me one-on-one in my program, the Midlife Metabolism Fix. And mindset is so important. The truth is, every sustainable transformation starts in the mind. Behaviors follow beliefs. And we have to learn how to address our mindset and catch our little blind spots and nip them in the bud before they become a problem and cause us to self-sabotage. So this is why when working with clients, I teach this before we get into everything else: what to eat, how to exercise, hydration, supplements, and all of the other things. We want to address the mindset up front before we get started on anything else, so we don't sabotage ourselves later on. And by the way, if you want to join me in this 12-week transformation, in the description link below, I have included my free Midlife Metabolism Jumpstart guide that can help get you started. So be sure to download that now. Doesn't cost you anything, and it's full of goodness that you can start implementing today. And in addition to that, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell on this channel so that you get all of the updates about what's going on for me, and you can learn what I'm doing and how it's impacting me. Let's work on adjusting our mindset in a loving, gentle way to stop ourselves from thinking these negative thoughts. And I'm going to talk about how we can shift this into more positive and empowered thinking that's going to propel us forward towards our goals. So the first thing that I see all the time is people afraid. And you might be going, what are you talking about? Like, this is weight loss and health. Where does fear come into this? Well, people, myself included, in general, it's our nature to seek comfort in the familiar. And we do this all the time, even with things we don't like. We might stay in a relationship with somebody that maybe it's not ideal, but it's familiar, it's comfortable, it's predictable. We do this with jobs, we do this with food, we do this with all kinds of things in our life. And this definitely happens all the time when it comes to weight loss and improving our health in general. People have fear of change. People have fear of failure. People even have fear of success, which is way more common than we might realize, because if you're successful, if you really get to where you want to be, which, by the way, I know you can, but when you get there, how is life going to look different? What are your friends going to think of you? What is your partner going to think of you, or your coworkers, or other people in your life, your family members? Are they going to judge you? Are they going to whisper behind your back? Are they going to say that you've changed? There's a lot of fear-based thoughts that can sneak in and prevent us from actually realizing the change that we so desperately want. So instead, I encourage you to think like a courageous superhero. What exactly do I mean by that? Well, think of your stereotypical superhero, Wonder Woman, for example, or Superman or Batman or whoever. They tend to act calm and even and confident, even though no outcome is guaranteed and they are facing some kind of villain or disaster. So, yes, if you're undertaking big lifestyle changes, if you're looking to change the way you eat and exercise and sleep and all of the things that will help improve your health, help you drop that excess weight, support your hormones, well, there's going to be changes, and it's going to be uncomfortable, and there's going to be unexpected things that come up along the way. But when we have a nice, common, even confident trust in the process, it prevents us from letting that fear grab hold and prevent us from getting to where we want to be. The next brain block that I see all the time, it's probably one of the most common ones. I mean, these are all really common, but it's way up there, would be a scarcity mindset. Now, scarcity thinking, it comes up in a lot of different ways that are all sort of interconnected. But I will hear people tell me why they can't do the thing because there's not enough time, or they don't have enough support, or not enough resources, or they don't have enough energy, or they don't have enough money, or some other sort of scarcity mindset. And while those reasons, I get it, they can be valid. It's hard to squeeze extra time out of the day. It's hard to find support if you don't feel like the people in your life are supporting you. I understand. I'm not trying to dismiss that. And we all have our unique challenges in life. This world is not an easy walk for any of us. Some of us for sure have more challenges and obstacles to overcome than others, but my philosophy is that there's always a solution, but we have to be open and willing to look for that solution. Shutting down and not letting ourselves progress because of the limitations that we perceive in our life is going to prevent change and is going to prevent us from ever getting to where we want. The best success stories are those, and I guarantee that if you're facing an obstacle, there is always a way to find a solution. But in order to find that solution, we have to be open, we have to be persistent, we have to find that optimist inside ourselves, no matter how much we've tried to ignore that optimist and suppress her voice from coming through. I look at it like becoming a creative problem solver. When we start to look at obstacles as puzzles to crack instead of things that are holding us back. Well, the next brain block is something that kept me hung up and prevented my progress for so long. And I still always catch myself going back to this thinking automatically. And it surprised me when I first realized that I was doing this. I'm talking about perfectionism. And I never identified as a perfectionist because I'm fully aware how far from perfect I am. I mean, if perfect's there, I'm all the way at the other end. So how could I be a perfectionist? But perfectionism is waiting for that perfect moment when things are just right, when you have enough time, when you have enough money, when there's not holidays coming up or vacation time or so-and-so's birthday or some other thing that's going to prevent us from showing up. Perfectionism, it's a sort of trauma response, the way I see it. And it really keeps us limited because the truth is, life is not perfect and it's never going to be perfect. Definitely there's times when things are easier and times when things are harder, but there's never going to be a perfect moment to do this. We just have to decide to do it. And when we decide to do hard things, even though conditions aren't perfect, Well, that's where we get amazing strength and amazing benefits. So I like to shift that perfectionism mentality and flip it to an action-driven imperfectionist. This is when we learn by doing the thing and then refining as we go along. And this has been such a game changer for me. Just dive in. You don't have to get it all right. An imperfect plan is infinitely better than waiting for that perfect plan that you can never implement. And now the next item on the list, well, this trips people up all the time in this age of information overload, and that's analysis paralysis. Analysis paralysis is so easy to do in today's polarized world, where you can find some guru somewhere that's going to tell you one way is the way to do things. And then you can find somebody with the exact opposite opinion telling you that's the way to do things. We see this in the eating and diet space all the time. Keto, vegan, carnivore, high carb, high fat, low fat, and everything in between. And it can confuse you, and that just stops you from doing anything. It literally is paralysis because you keep on researching and analyzing, trying to figure out the perfect thing. But life is experiential. And the truth is you're never going to find out what works for you until you try the thing and do it consistently over a period of time. We need to do and act as we learn the thing, and then we can decide if it's for us or not. And that is how I learned all of the things that have worked for me in my health and weight loss journey. And that is what my most successful clients have learned, is when they take what I'm teaching them, they implement it into their lives, and then as they go along, they adjust if they need to. But they understand that you can analyze and analyze until you're blue in the face, but it's not until you actually try the thing that you're gonna know. And now the last two brain blocks, well, they sort of work together, and they're sneaky and they're nasty, and I don't like them one bit. And that's low self-worth and victimhood. Low self-worth, well, I think that in truth, almost every woman I've ever worked with, myself included, suffers from a degree of this. And yeah, some of us suffer from low self-worth more than others, but feeling that you're undeserving, unworthy of success or the investment in yourself, be it the time or the money or the effort that it requires, well, that is the way to kill success in a heartbeat. And it is so sad because I do what I do every day, helping other women like me, because I understand how important us women are. We are the glue that holds this world together. We hold society together. We are the mothers. We are the sisters. We are the daughters. We are the nurturers. We keep things moving. We keep businesses working. We keep our homes working. We do so much. And just by you existing and breathing and being here makes you worthy of all the joy and all the happiness and all the success that there is. And it breaks my heart when I see a beautiful soul that I'm working with tell me how they don't feel worthy or deserving of all of the good things that this life has to offer. So I'm going to call bullshit on your brain ever telling you in any capacity that you aren't worth it, because that's an absolute lie. There is not another soul on this planet that's more worthy than you. And no, you're not better than anybody else, but you're no worse than anybody else. You are absolutely worthy and deserving. And if nobody has ever told you that, I am sorry. And so when you catch yourself telling yourself those negative things about how you're not worthy of it, you need to just stop it. And maybe you need to go back to this video and you need to play this part where I tell you you're worthy, because that is the truth, period. End of story. No further explanation needed. And like I said, victimhood, well, that plays in because when we feel like we have low self-worth, we're giving away our power to external forces, outside forces beyond our control. And yeah, there's lots in life that's beyond our control. There's finances that can feel out of our control. There's economy and politics and climate, and there's all kinds of things. I mean, turn on the news for 10 seconds and you can be inundated with things that are going to make you feel like a victim. But a pillar of what I do and what I teach is empowerment, because yes, like I said, there are things that are beyond our control, but there is always something you can do. And I teach how you can be empowered. And instead of being a victim to the circumstances, you can learn how to become the resilient survivor. The resilient survivor is, like I was talking about earlier, that underdog, and everybody loves to see an underdog win. So I don't want you to let the victimhood mindset stop you from getting to where you want to be. You're going to face blows. You're going to have unexpected things happen to you. You're going to have things that weren't fair or weren't right happen to you. And I'm not trying to dismiss any of that, because I've experienced that in my life too. And it's not okay and it's not right, but it's just part of this game of life that we're in, like it or not. We have to learn how to overcome despite the odds being against us. And like I said, that's where we get really strong and really powerful. So those are the 6 brain blocks that I want you to really be aware of. You might want to go back and listen to the top couple of those brain blocks that you most identify with and really think about what kind of self-talk and actions are keeping you stuck in that loop, and work on ways to overcome that. So as always, I hope that this has helped. This is a sneak peek into a little bit of the mindset aspect that I teach my clients one-on-one. If you want to learn more about what it's like to work with me, you can book a one-to-one call with me. It's free, no obligation, where we just discuss what you're experiencing and going through, where you want to be, what you want to achieve, and we can discuss the different tools and strategies that I have that can help you get there. So that link I will include below in the description. Please be sure that you've subscribed to the channel and hit the bell notification so that you're up to date on all of the videos that are coming out regarding this 12-week transformation. And we're in this together. I can't wait to see you in the next video.